that will discuss self-help and how when we help ourselves, the universe helps us. So if you were to come up with a list of things, what do you think it takes? Like a list of a few energies that you may need in order to put the right focus onto your intention or whatever you want to manifest in your life, to maybe help yourself in your career field, or if you want to have a more stable, reliable meditation practice or yoga practice. You have to start first, right? Like you would get a yoga mat. So you are bringing in the physical things, like the materials, in order for you to start your meditative practice or yoga practice. We're just waiting for them to appear, by themselves. So if you take that concept, when you are trying to manifest, say, an ideal job, if you use the example of the yoga mat for starting a yoga, your yoga journey, we are surrounding ourselves with reminders or tools, right? So the tools that you need would be one of the things when it comes to self-help and manifesting the life we want for ourselves. So pick something, pick a topic. Let's say we pick mental health, and we want to have a proper meditation technique. What would you need to help yourself to design or incorporate like a meditative practice into your daily routine? How much, like what percentage of your time per day would you invest into it? So that would be time as a resource, so self-help, establishing a meditative or meditation practice, So feel free to journal this. I'm also just writing this stuff down. So our topic is self-help, and we want to establish a meditation practice for ourselves. What resources will be needed? What tools will be needed? Or what percentage of your day, aside from like your work hours, or if you want to meditate in the middle of your work, like maybe before lunch or after lunch, things like that. So that's having an intention. You have a goal, then you have some intentions to manifest that goal over time. Because we're in the physical body, it takes, we need action, right? Action is required to move things around, aka to manifest things, to experience things. So setting a goal, having clear intentions, that doesn't mean you're tied down every day to your meditation. If say it's like 5 minutes a day to start off with, right? ideally we would add on to those 5 minutes. And maybe at the end of the month, you go from having 5 minutes to 15 minutes. I mean, that's not to say you can't do 30 minutes, but like digestible goals, being practical and honest with ourselves, like what can we achieve, right? And then not to get overburdened with having a 30-minute expectation. So taking it day by day. So if today's Monday and then starting tonight, you meditate for 5 minutes and you do it every day, right before you sleep. Right? Things like that. As humans, we need discipline and steps that no one can, no one can ever like influence us unless we let them, right? So it's always up to us if we want to break our practice. So be mindful of what you are willing to let go of in order to establish your self-help goal of having a nice meditation practice for your mental health to improve by a little this month, and then set like in the next 3 months how you feel by establishing that practice, and then 6 months, and then by the end of the year. So then we were saying we are taking the action, right? We are setting the intentions, the goal, and then we're doing these small or trying to incorporate these small techniques into our daily schedules. How does the universe or spirit play a part in this? From my experience, I would say for my meditation practice, in the beginning, I used guided meditations to get me in that state of mind where I felt more peace. So then you would try to incorporate prayers or meditations that are universal. Buddhist meditations are pretty universal, or nature sounds. So bringing in nature, right? Nature is part of our world and a small part of the universe. So we don't have to like think so big that we get scared to take action. So when we say universe, we can start with our current environment. That's our mini universe. And then make it bigger as we go. So starting with your room or wherever you are going to meditate, setting up candles, incense, nice. Maybe you want to have some crystals that make you happy or peace, or you look at in order to get your mind to come to that peaceful state or just focus better. So bringing in nature, a part of our universe, a part of our cosmos as human beings. So taking support and then feeling the energies from our environment, from our nature. So you see how like we don't always have to think so big and not end up taking any action. Feel free to share, or if any of this is like resonating. in the comments, or if you want to come on and talk, you're welcome to. It's like connecting. We give our hand, we shake hands with the universe. Like, I'm willing to put in this much effort, this much time, 5 minutes of my day to meditate. Spirit, dear spirit, spirit guides, please support me in this. Help me clear my mind, put my mind at ease. The handshake has to be done with the energies around us. And then surrender to those energies, and then slowly we'll start getting in that frame of mind where there's more peace in our mind, and then we start to feel that peace throughout our body. We start to sense the energy of peace, not just the word peace, but the energy behind that word. The energy comes from where? The energy comes from nature. The energy comes from the universe or source, that oneness. What else do you guys think is required other than setting a goal, intentions, steps in your routine, how you're going to help yourself and do that handshake with the universe to establish your meditation practice to improve your mental health? All suggestions are welcome. There's no silly suggestions. I have in the meantime, our Native American deck. So let's see what comes out to guide us. Having the right environment is very important when it comes to meditation, especially. And then also, okay, so we have in the comments, try to take the feeling of peace with you after meditating instead of just checking it off as another task. Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, I feel like that's something that majority of people who meditate just for the sake of meditating and saying they did it and not being able to take that healing or peace from the meditation into their daily lives. Incorporating that peace maybe at work or a situation at work that's stressful, things like that. Or next time something repeated that's happened before, how you react differently to that. How do you hold your peace? Or how do you practice your peace No, that's, yeah. So we can add, so we had the goal setting, intention setting, then we have the steps. But like you said, we need to be able to measure, right? Measure our mental health improvement. Some sort of measurement for reflection purposes. Not to judge ourselves, but to keep ourselves disciplined. We need a form of reflection. So that would be us, like you said, the feeling component. Feeling of peace. Letting that, surrendering to that day by day as we increase or strengthen our meditation practice. That's what it literally is, like energy healing, energy work. You gotta like cleanse like you do with soap, right? Cleansing dirt off of like your body, or just that stagnant, stuck energy that's just been sticking in our aura, on our mental body layer, emotional body layer, physical body layer. Cleansing that with the practice of meditation. And how do we measure it? We measure it with the sense of peace, the amount of peace or ease, whatever comes to your mind or whatever you focus on in your meditative practice. Intention, steps, measuring, reflecting, growth scale, I guess we can call it. One more thing. Sharing, I was thinking. It's one thing when we feel peace, but when we can share that with our family, friends, or within our community, then that's even better, or even like that's the working with the universe part, that component. Healing not just our own aura, our own energy field, but of those around us. So sharing that because an energy and consciousness at a higher universal level, in that oneness that we are part of beyond the human form, it's all about sharing. It's all about ascending together. Like no one's going to unless I mean, some people do, they create their own worlds, and then for a while that can be nice, but one point comes in your life where you feel like you need to share, or be able to spread the love that you have, the peace that you have within you. Because without you sharing, without you opening up about your joy, your peace, you're just keeping it bottled up, and then it's not really gonna grow. Like you would be limited in a way. So when you share, it spreads, and you end up adding things like bliss. What would be after feeling peace in a meditation practice would be bliss, would be contentment. So yeah, those 5 things for now. I mean, feel free to add on to your list, but what we got so far is self-help, establishing a meditative practice for mental health improvement. We have 1, setting the goal. 2, the energy of intention. What are you intending to get out of this meditation practice of yours? And then steps, incorporating some time out of your routine, your day, towards this practice. Establishing a discipline, a routine, bringing in the tools you would need. Like for guided meditation, you would need maybe something on YouTube to follow for a little bit until you start maybe guiding your own self. Maybe you want to use visual aids like candle flames, crystals, or flowers, bringing in nature components. So that's number 3, the steps, the tools required to manifest this practice. Or so just imagining that you'll get to it, actually doing it. And then we have at 4, one of you suggested that we but it would be nice to take that feeling of peace from your meditative practice out into your other daily routine tasks or practices, work, family life, friends, your hobbies, or maybe even the gym, right? So reflections, measurement of your growth, having sort of a growth scale. Like maybe you can bring in a calendar. I use a planner like every day. How much did I meditate, or did I do Reiki today, or did I walk? Noting these things and looking back at them. As human beings, it's encouraging. It's self-reliance. Like you did it last week every day, you're gonna do it this week, you're gonna do it for this whole entire month, and then you're gonna do it the next month. Things like that is that's the 4th factor. And then the last one I just put in there was sharing your practice. And maybe you start meditating with your family members, your friends, or like a group like we have of a few people, but still meaningful and important, right? So yeah. I think that's all I had for today. And then the card that I did pull was Dream Time, number 33. So this is, the small description is like unlimited vision. So just because today our self-help and then the universe helping us, or spirit helping us, was a meditation practice. Like I know that's not everyone's goal, or like something they want to manifest, or like they've been doing it but they want to focus on something else, like getting an ideal job, or starting a side hustle is what they call it. So if you have anything like that in mind, like, what's your dream? This card is reminding, like, don't give up on your dreams, work towards them, start helping yourself, take the action, set the intentions, take the small baby steps every day, dedicate some time towards your dream. So that's dedication. I'm going to add that to number 3, dedication component. Look back, measure yourself, reflect on what steps you have been taking over time, and then sharing your dream or whatever it is, with folks you think who hold a safe space for you. That's a nice card. Yeah, so I think let's end there for tonight. And I suggest you, before you sleep, do meditate at least 5 minutes and start setting your goals, start following your dreams and actually taking steps towards your dreams. 5th month, 5 is the number of change, so this is the 5th month and this is the year 8. So start manifesting your dreams, your mental health it's all connected to us listening to our inner voice and taking the steps versus giving up on them due to factors like age or not the right time or not enough resources, right? So yeah, use your energy wisely. Focus on what it is you want to accomplish, not on what you could have done or what didn't go right, but what can you do now? Where can you start now? Right. Again, thank you guys for joining. And we'll see what comes up next week. But all right, good night.